What's up? Hey. Obviously it's Halloween. Yes, it's Halloween. And sorry, I just went trick or treating. Playing WWE 13 also. Got a good shot of that. I don't know. I don't know if that was a good view or not. But anyway, that WWE 13 is not the point. I want to tell you guys a scary story. Yes. Since it is Halloween, I want to tell you about 3 stories about that much. First one takes place somewhere here in Arizona. A little girl, 8 years old, around that time. And she was so excited about, ecstatic about going to her first supper party. So, there they go, I'm sorry, you know what, before you even comment, just to take a break from the story, before you even comment and you make fun of my teeth is yellow and shit like that, that is because of the light. And it affects the camera. So don't fucking, post shit. Back to the story then. Sorry, I moved my camera over here. So what happened is, she stays till around 6 o'clock or so. Around that time. And she starts to think, oh boy, I better get home, I'm a little bit scared. So, but I don't want to leave, I'm not going to be a baby. So she stays. So everyone's asleep by around 10 o'clock at night. They live in a big, it's a giant house, it's very dark. The little girl is the only one awake. Everyone else is sleeping. She goes, uh-oh, I have to go to the bathroom. But I can't, it's too scary. So she waits about 15 minutes before she breaks. So she goes out the hallway. And out the hallway, there are just fucked up pieces of art. Just messed up pieces of art. Picasso paintings all down the hallway on each side. One on each side of the wall. So she gets to the bathroom. She finds a portrait of a clown. Very creepy looking, messed up clown. She goes, well, that's very creepy. So she goes and does her business. She didn't care about the painting, it's just a painting, right? So she goes, does her business. Hear a knock on the door, and it's her friend, and she goes, where have you been? Oh, I just been here taking, just going to the bathroom. Okay, let me take you back to the, the room where everyone's sleeping. So they get back to the room where everyone's sleeping, right? And she goes, oh, before we go to sleep, yeah, what was that picture of the clown? What? What was that picture of the clown? That's a window. Yeah. And that's how it ends. The second story is about something that actually have happened in Chicago. It was in the newspapers everywhere. And if you know this story, well, I guess you're glad to hear it again. Second story. There's a man living with his 2 boys. One was 7 years old and the one was an infant. They had a third child, but he died at childbirth. The little boy died at childbirth. The parents got divorced. The man's trying to stay strong for his 7-year-old boy and his infant son. They always had 3 dogs guarding the house, just in case. One night, he was sleeping soundly, dogs, woof, 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 woof. So, and he's like, oh, it's just ruckus. So, when the next morning, they all call for the food. Usually all 3 dogs come at the same time, just running in. This time there was 2. The owner noticed that there was a giant blood stain on the collar. He goes over to the dog's pen or, cage. Giant bite marks are taken out of the pup. The giant dog, just giant bites, is gashed, he's dead, it's disgusting. So the man calls the police. Police tell him, it's not a big deal unless, it happens again. Unless it happens again, it's not that big a deal. So the man goes, alright. So, what happens next? he goes, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to stay away for this, just to see if it happens again. So he has a shotgun. He's waiting in the kitchen, right? He's waiting at the kitchen, and starts slowly drifting into his sleep. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. As he gets more drifty into sleep, he eventually just, that was just a one-time thing. It's not going to happen again. He goes to his bed, right? He still brought the gun, of course. No one's a fucking idiot. So he puts down he sleeps with his gun. Woof, 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 woof. At night again, he wakes up, puts the bowls out, only one dog comes. It's the same exact fucking thing, giant bites taken out of the dog, shit like that. Calls the police again, and he asks the police can you please patrol my house? I think I really need, someone to watch over. The guy goes, okay, the policeman, we can totally do that. We watch over, it's about 12 o'clock, the police go, well, we must be on our way. We have a different situation right now. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for coming. He usually comes around this time. That's what the man thought. No one could keep track of time. And so, that's great. Thanks. Thanks for helping out. He sleeps again. No barking. At all. No barking. The food. All 3 dogs are dead. Just the dog is dead. The dog is very dead. Bites taken out of him again. And the man is pissed off. The police come. They try to investigate. And the little boy, the 7-year-old infant, the 7-year-old boy goes, Daddy, I saw the man outside my window. Well, what did he look like? Of course, 7-year-olds can't describe things well. So, very tall, very dirty. Not very good descriptions. So that's no help. And, the dad was kind of, what? He's like, what are you talking about? The homeless man. What? The one that we walked by yesterday? Now the homeless man did it. Right? So they're like, okay, the police says, we gotta go, and tomorrow we won't be available at all because we're solving this giant case of these murders and shit, Just different, it's a whole different situation from what's going on. Okay, it's fine. So the man, he usually comes from the back porch, right? So I should guard outside. He guards outside, 3 o'clock at night, hears a crash in the kitchen, and he hears his infant son crying. He runs upstairs, baby bite mark, dead in its crib, and can't help but notice that his 7-year-old son, his face is covered in blood, little meat in his teeth, and licking his lips. And it turns out that the little boy was doing all of the thing. He ate all the dogs, he ate the baby, he ate his little brother, and the police, they did not, further details are not explained. But if you know this story, you can search up the newspaper or whatever. It's a true story. It's very, very disturbing. Last story. You're gonna like this one. This actually happened to my stagecraft teacher, Mr. Taylor. So there's 3 girls. No, 2 girls, I mean. One was raised in a good home and one worshipped Satan. Upside down crosses in her house. That's that sort of stupid shit. You're against Satanism. Comments below. So anyway, there is they always watch this show. It's like Twilight Zone. I forgot. It was a show like around the 50s, maybe even 60s. And there's a special episode where it was, it's this special episode. That episode was a seance to contact the devil, and they were very interested in this. So they go to the toy shop, they buy a Ouija board, ask questions, ask them. They had a sleepover that day. They had a sleepover that day. Next morning, your friend needs to get out, says one of the girl's mothers. She says, "Why? She ruined your wall. There's this black stuff on the wall, just black slime, just smeared on the wall, just smeared, like disgusting, right? Green mold coming out of it." And the other girl goes, "She ruined my room too." They go over, same exact shape, same exact thing, black smudge, green shit growing from it. It's the exact same shape, exact same smell, exact same thing. So they got freaked out. Your mother calls a priest, busts her home. Never happened. Never happened again. 20 years later, has a baby. The little boy is playing in his toy room, right? When he trips over his little train or whatever toy, he catches himself on the wall, feels something, sticky. And he goes, "Mom, this is disgusting. There's something on the wall." She comes up, black stuff on the wall. Right? Green stuff growing out of it. And his mother never, ever seen this. The little boy never saw his mother like pure white as she was. Never saw it before, had never seen it again. She goes, "Nikki, get out of the room." What? Get out of the room. They brought a priest, and she was scared for a whole week. And that little boy was my stagecraft teacher, Mr. Taylor. And that's all the time we have. Thank you for enjoying. Subscribe and become, a man today. And I'll see you whatever video I make. PewDiePie reference, No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, be a man, subscribe, comment below what you think of the stories. Give me more stories. Maybe I'll tell some that are not on Halloween. Alright, my friends. Bye.